Before a woman trusts you, she will test you. Not because she wants to hurt you, but because she wants to see the truth behind your words. Today, I'll tell you 5 psychological tricks girls use to test men, and how you should respond like a confident man. One of the most common yet most misunderstood psychological tests a girl uses on a man is the delayed reply test. At first glance, it may look like she's just busy, or maybe she forgot to text back, and sometimes, yes, life genuinely gets in the way. But often, especially in the beginning stages of attraction, that sudden pause, that unexpected silence, is not random. It's intentional. And it tells you more about her mindset than her words ever could. Women use delayed replies to answer one core question: how emotionally stable is this man when I'm not giving him constant attention? This test is subtle because she's not doing it to manipulate you, she's doing it to understand you. Women are naturally observant. They study behavior, reactions, tone, patterns. A delayed reply allows her to see the truth about your emotional maturity. Let's break down what she's really watching for. 1. Will you panic? The first thing she wants to see is whether silence makes you lose control. Many men instantly assume something is wrong. Did I say something? Did I offend her? Is she talking to someone else? Why is she ignoring me? A man who spirals mentally over a few hours of silence shows that he is emotionally fragile. And emotional fragility is one of the biggest turn-offs for women. Why? Because a woman wants to feel safe, not responsible for stabilizing your emotions. If your mind becomes chaotic every time she doesn't reply, you fail the test before even responding. A confident man thinks differently. He assumes the best, not the worst. He stays grounded. He continues with his day. Silence does not shake a secure man. 2. Will you double text? This is the second thing she watches. Double texting doesn't automatically make a man weak, but the reason behind it can. If you double text because you're genuinely following up after a long time with something meaningful, that's fine. But if you double text because you're anxious, scared of losing her, or desperate for validation, she feels it immediately. Women are emotional detectors. They sense insecurity instantly. Double texting driven by panic signals 3 things. You need attention to feel stable. You fear losing her too soon. You're reacting, not leading. This gives her the impression that you place too much value on her too early. And women don't trust men who collapse emotionally at small distances. The strongest men stay in their frame. They don't chase answers. They don't beg for reassurance. They let silence be silence. 3. Will you act needy? Neediness is not about texting too much or too little. Neediness is a mindset. It's when your self-worth depends on her response. It's when her attention controls your emotions. It's when you shift your behavior based on fear instead of confidence. If her delayed reply makes you over-explain, apologize unnecessarily, try to impress her harder, flood her with messages, ask, "Are you ignoring me?" show irritation or emotional reactions, then you've failed the test. A woman wants to see if you can stay emotionally neutral, not cold, not overly available, just balanced. When you act needy, she realizes she can control your mood, and the moment she can control your mood, the attraction drops. Women don't want emotional passengers, they want emotional drivers. How to pass the delayed reply test? The solution is simple but powerful. Stay calm. Reply normally. Confidence is shown through patience, not pressure. When she replies after hours or even a whole day, respond with the same tone you would have used if she texted in 2 minutes, relaxed, warm and unbothered. No guilt-tripping, no emotional statements, no needy energy. A secure man lives his life. He doesn't sit in a corner staring at his phone. He doesn't fear losing someone he hasn't even fully gained yet. He understands that time, space and silence are normal parts of human interaction. And ironically, when a woman sees that her silence doesn't break your confidence, It increases her respect, attraction, and trust in you. Because the truth is simple. A confident man is never waiting, he is living, and a woman will always admire a man who lives with calm power. One of the most confusing things a man experiences when dealing with women is the sudden, unexplained shift in her attitude. One moment she's sweet, warm, affectionate and engaging, and the very next moment she becomes distant, quiet, or slightly cold. Most men immediately think something is wrong, or they assume she has lost interest. But the truth is deeper and far more psychological. This is called the attitude shift test. It is not moodiness, it is not manipulation, and it is not a sign that she is playing games. It is a natural, instinctive test women use to answer a single question. Is this man emotionally stable, or will he collapse the moment my energy changes? Women are emotional creatures. Their feelings move like waves, constantly rising and falling. So a woman needs a man who can remain the calm ocean beneath those waves. She needs a man she can rely on when her emotions fluctuate. If your stability depends on her constantly being sweet, warm, and consistent, she knows you're not ready for emotional responsibility. Let's break down exactly what happens during this test, what she is looking for, and how you should respond. 1. The sudden switch. The attitude shift usually happens when a woman feels comfortable enough to check your emotional foundation. She might answer with shorter messages, become quiet suddenly, change her tone, stop initiating conversations, seem less excited, give cooler, more neutral responses. This shift is rarely random. She is observing your reaction more than her own behavior. Most men respond in one of three ways. Panic. Is something wrong? Are you upset? Over-explaining, trying too hard to fix something that isn't broken, matching her coldness, becoming rude or distant to protect themselves. Every one of these reactions signals emotional instability. A woman doesn't want a man who changes based on her mood. She wants a man who remains himself no matter how she feels in the moment. 2. Why women use this test. Women don't test to hurt men. They test to understand men. A woman wants to see, are you grounded? Do you lose control when she pulls back? Will you get irritated or needy? Can you stay centered even when her mood shifts? Are you capable of being a stable partner? This is important because women live emotionally and they need someone stronger than their storms, not someone who becomes part of the storm. If your reaction to her emotional dip is equal or stronger than hers, she realizes she cannot be vulnerable around you. She cannot trust you with deeper emotions, and attraction begins to fade. 3. The common mistakes men make. When a woman becomes a little cold, many men instantly overthink, seek reassurance, try too hard to make her happy, question her feelings, give emotional speeches, act overly nice, or become passive-aggressive. These reactions expose insecurity. They show you are controlled by her mood instead of your own internal strength. A woman does not want a man who falls apart when she has a bad moment. She wants a man who remains a steady presence. How to pass the attitude shift test? The solution is simple, powerful, and extremely effective. Smile. Stay relaxed. Keep your energy consistent. Do not change just because her mood changes. If she pulls back, stay centered. If she gets quiet, stay calm and gentle. If she gets a bit cold, stay warm and grounded. Not overly nice, not distant, just consistent. A stable man communicates one thing through his actions. Your mood does not control my identity. This is incredibly attractive to women. It signals leadership, confidence, and emotional maturity. Here's what you should do. Continue talking normally. Keep your tone light. Don't ask, are you upset? Unless there's a real reason. Don't chase her energy. Don't mirror her coldness. Don't pressure her. Give her space naturally without making it dramatic. Your consistency calms her. Your steadiness reassures her. Your relaxed vibe pulls her back toward you. When she sees that her temporary coldness didn't shake you, her respect for you grows instantly, because deep down, every woman wants a man who can handle her at her worst, not only at her best. A woman doesn't test your attitude to reject you. She tests your stability to feel safe with you, and the man who remains calm, confident, and consistent, no matter how her energy shifts, is the man she trusts the most. A stable man wins her respect every time. One of the most subtle but extremely powerful tests a woman uses on a man is the jealousy spark test. This test is not about making you insecure, and it's not about drama or manipulation. It is a psychological way for her to understand how secure you are within yourself. Women know that jealousy reveals character. A man who is confident reacts one way. A man who is insecure reacts another, and women pay close attention to this difference. This test appears in simple, harmless conversations. She might say something like, "Someone praised me today at work. My guy friend made a really funny joke. Somebody said I look nice. One of my classmates helped me with something." She says these things casually, lightly, but make no mistake, she is watching your reaction very closely. Let's break down what she's trying to see, what insecure men usually do, and how truly confident men pass this test effortlessly. 1. What she is really testing. When a woman mentions another man, she is not asking for permission or seeking attention. She is observing something deeper. Your emotional security. She wants to know, do you feel threatened by other men? Do you become possessive or controlling? Does your energy shift when another man enters the conversation? Can you handle competition with maturity? Are you the kind of man who can remain calm in relationships? Women instinctively avoid men who crumble emotionally at the slightest sign of competition. Not because they want someone dominant, but because they want someone secure. Security is leadership. Security is strength. Security is emotional maturity. And her mentioning another man allows her to see how solid you really are. 2. The common insecure reactions men have. When a woman uses the jealousy spark test, insecure men often react in predictable ways, overreacting. They suddenly become tense, cold, or defensive. They feel instantly threatened. Interrogating, who is he? What did he say? How long have you known him? What exactly did he mean? This makes a man look paranoid and controlling, competing, trying to prove they are better. Well, I'm funnier than him. He probably just wants something from you. This reveals insecurity, not confidence, becoming emotional, acting upset, silent, or distant because another man was mentioned. This shows weakness, and women instantly lose attraction when they see it. All these reactions reveal one truth. You are not confident enough to stay calm. And a woman needs a man who can stay steady when someone else enters the picture, not someone who is threatened by every shadow. 3. What a confident man does instead. The man who passes the jealousy spark test responds with what I call playful confidence. He doesn't overreact. He doesn't interrogate. He doesn't compare himself to other men. He doesn't try to prove anything. He remains completely centered. When she says, "Someone praised me today," he smiles and replies, "That's nice. I'm sure a lot of people admire you." Notice the tone. Secure, calm, playful, zero fear, zero competition, zero jealousy. When she tells you, "My guy friend said something funny," the confident man doesn't get threatened. He simply responds, "Good for him," with a relaxed smile. Why is this reaction so powerful? Because it communicates. You trust yourself. You trust her. You are not afraid of other men. Your identity doesn't depend on her attention. You cannot be shaken by small things. This is the essence of masculine stability. A woman instantly relaxes when she sees your confidence. She sees that you are not scared of losing her. You are not insecure. You are not competing for her approval. You are grounded within yourself, and that is incredibly attractive. 4. Why this test matters so much. Women use this test because jealousy reveals truth. A man who is insecure will eventually become controlling, jealous, and emotionally unstable. This kind of man destroys relationships. But a secure man, a man who is calm, relaxed, confident, creates safety. Women want to feel safe with a man, not trapped, not questioned, not pressured. She wants a man who knows his value and is not afraid of losing her, because when a man is not afraid to lose a woman, the woman becomes afraid to lose him. Closing thought. The jealousy spark test is simple. She brings up another man. She watches your reaction. She measures your emotional confidence. And the man who passes is the one who shows. No fear, no competition, no insecurity, just calm, playful confidence. A secure man never needs to compete because he already knows his worth. The boundaries test. A girl may ask you for small favors just to measure how far she can push you. She wants to know, do you have self-respect? Do you know when to say no? How to pass? Help her when reasonable. But if something crosses your limit, politely say, I would love to help, but I can't do that right now. A man with boundaries is attractive. The emotional control test. Women quickly observe how you handle stress, anger, and challenges. If you explode easily, she knows you're not reliable. If you stay calm, she feels safe around you. How to pass, keep your tone smooth, breathe, think before reacting. A man who controls his emotions controls his world.